request the organizer to share the links which I have mailed them, so they can participant can download the Anaconda and the Python. But Anaconda will take a time. Anaconda will take a time. So meanwhile, you can join via Google Chrome browser on Google Colab. That will be faster thing. That will be better thing for you to start with the programming practice.
वो कौशल मैडम आप देखो ना सिलसिला आप ही का एक्सपेरिमेंट और
आप क्या यूट्यूब पे
अभी अब आया
वही बोल रहे थे ना ये पब्लिक अरे उस वक्त मैं देख के ही नहीं गया मतलब वो भी प्राइवेट में गया
शेयर करेंगे तो
सेव हो जाएगा
सेव हो जाने के बाद
सेव हो जाने के बाद ओपन कर देंगे
एटलीस्ट
ये बनते
Okay.
ये नहीं चाहिए
So I hope the people have opened the any interpreter, or if they don't have installed the Python already, they can open on a browser.
रिकॉर्डिंग भी स्टार्ट
So I assume that the people are having some background with respect to doing the coding. If not, kindly open the on a browser in a Google Chrome. You can open the Google Colab, and then they can. It is very easy to open the Google Colab. You can straight away write the in a Google the Google Colab. Google Colab, and it will open this. It will open this, and then you can straight away log in via your Gmail ID, and then you can start. You can start with the programming. You can start with the programming. So this is the interpreter basically we have. So I hope, I assume the people have opened the Google Colab platform, and now we can proceed further. So in a Python basically. When we talk about the Python, in a Python, one of the normal or in any programming language, one of the thing or the command which is very famous to display the output is nothing but the print. So similarly in the Python we have this print, but whatever you wanted to print, it should be in a quotes basically. Whatever the thing you wanted to print, it should be in a quotes. So if I write the in a print in a bracket, round bracket, and then the statement which I wanted to print, so I will write Sandeep Udmale. I wrote that thing, and then this is the a small program basically. I can say that, and the things which I am doing is I'm going to execute. So this print, I wrote whatever the statement I wanted to print, I will write that thing. This is the Python shell prompt where I'm writing the code. I'm writing the code, and this black button, if I click on that, it will start executing. It will start executing the things. Initially, it will take time, but once you use it, it won't take that much time for the execution. So initially, it will take a time for the execution kind of stuff. So it has been printed. It has been printed. Whatever the statement you want, it has been printed. Now, once this is the basic statement, basically print statement, which will help you to print anything on output console. That is more important. Now, on a Python, basically, when we wanted to do any kind of an operation, for example, you can do straight away. For example, if I said 2 plus 3, I can execute and I can have output straight away. I can do that 2 plus 3. It will give me the output 5. Similarly, if I want to do any other arithmetic operation, I can do that very easily. 2 minus 3, I can do that. It will prompt the output. It will prompt the output. These are some of the operations like initialization, multiplication, division. We can do that. Now, if I say greater than 2 greater than 3, what is expected? It will do, and he'll compare and he'll return the false to us. That the output is the comparison is wrong, so we will return the false. The Boolean output will be returned. Either it is true or it is a false kind of thing. So over here it is the comparison is not proper, so it has been returned the false answer to us. Now, if I wanted to print the output, basically whatever the operation we are doing, so what I can do, I can say print. I can say in a double quote or a single quote, I can say 2 plus 3 is colon. I can write comma 2 plus 3. I can write in this way, and then if I execute that statement, it will print 2 plus 3 is 5. So whatever the statement I wanted to write, I wrote over here. Then there is a comma. And then I wrote the operation which I wanted to execute as the output. So 5 has been printed as the operation of this, and I got the output. So that is the beauty of this Python shell interactive. So if you see this Python shell prompt, these are the different user commands. So this is one of the user command, this is another user command, or we wrote 2 plus 3, that is another user command, and whatever we are getting over this, these are the output kind of thing. These are the outputs which are which are receiving because of the execution of these statements. So the Python program communicates its result using the print statement, and it helps us to do the whatever the operations or whatever the output we wanted to do after the execution of the different different operations. So it will help us to do that. Now this is with respect to the output. So we got the information, what is the mechanism by which we can display the output. The print statement will help us to do that activity. But what about the input basically? If I want to take any input in a Python programming, basically I will take an input in any variable. So for example, if I take a variable A, and there is a command called as input. There is a command called as input, and I will take, for example, I can say, so I can say, how old are you? So if I wanted to give that thing statement, if I write this thing, and I will give the code, I will give the, okay, so this is my statement. So once I execute this, I will get such a kind of a prompt. The inside the input, whatever I wrote in a command, in a double quotes, that will come as the information. So it is asking how old are you, put the information. So if I write 35, if I write 35-year-old, I am the 35-year-old, I will enter that thing. So the A will have the value 35. A will have the value 35. So if, for example, now if I print A, and execute, the A will return me 35. A will return me 35. I hope I'm audible. Hello, I'm audible. Okay, thank you. So we are seeing the output. The print statement will help us to do the output kind of thing, and the input is the command by which we can enter the whatever the data we wanted to enter inside our program. So input will help us to do that thing. Inside input, in a double quote, it's a function basically. In a double quote, we can write a statement, whatever the information we wanted to do to user, and we got the 35. Now, if this value A is held by this 35. Now, if you see this 35 output, I hope the screen is visible. Or should I increase the font? Screen is visible, or should I increase the font? Okay, thank you. So if you see this A, when I executed A, I got this 35. But what is more important to analyze from this 35 is that there's a single quote, start and end, and in between there's a 35. There's a single quote and a start and the end, and there's a 35. So what do you mean by that? The type. We know the type. If you wanted to know what type of a data type it is, the type is a function. The type is a function. Type is a function which will help us to identify what data type is this. If I type A, what it does basically, it will return me the type of A, and the type of A is str, that is a string. So by default, therefore we can conclude that from this, that by default the input in a Python is a string. By default, the input in a Python is a string. If I use this input command to enter some information from the command prompt, or if I want to take some information from the user, it is always by default string. If I ask the user to enter some data, it is always by default string. Therefore, A, though I have entered 35 as a number, but it has been treated, this is the integer value I have entered, but it has been treated as a string by this prompt, because by default it takes this str. We need to inform him that no, this 35 is an integer kind of thing. So therefore, what I have to do in such a kind of a scenario, I can do the typecasting kind of thing. So we will see that thing. How to do that thing. Before that, we'll take one more thing for the print kind of thing. Now, if I know the print statement, now if I wanted to print the information about my age, so I have taken an input A, that is 35, and now I wanted to print on a screen. So what I will write UR space, I can say A space A, comma, year old. Now what will happen because of this? It will print you are 35-year-old. Normally, those who are the user of Java or C++, they know we need to write %d or something, and then in a printf statement we write a variable kind of information. But over here it is not required. We can write a straightaway statement UR, which is the string which I wanted to print on a terminal. So what I will do, I wrote in a single quote or a double quote. Once I'm starting with the single quote, I have to follow the single quotes only. If I'm using the double quotes, then I have to follow the double quote. So it's single quote or a double quote are allowed, but once a starting point is single quote or a double quote, then same thing has to be followed. Then what I did over here, UR is the string which I wanted to print. I wanted to print the value of variable A. Therefore, I wrote it outside this quotes, and before and end of the that variable A, I wrote the comma, so that these two strings get connected with each other. So I wrote UR comma A comma, then I wrote this year old. So this statement got printed. There is another way. Now, if for example, if you take one more option, or I can say we'll take one more thing. Suppose now I say that x is equal to 1 and y is equal to sorry, y is equal to 2, and if I say print x is I can write x comma, and I can write and y is comma y. This is my statement. So what I did, I declared the two variables x and y, and I wrote printf x is x and y is y. So this statement x is 1 and y is 2. This is the statement. Now what is the issue with this statement is that whenever I wanted to print something on an output, basically on an output, whenever I wanted to print anything, I need to break the statement and give a comma and then substitute the value for that variable, and then do the processing kind of stuff. So how to overcome with such a kind of an issue? So another way to print the things, I can write print x is, then I will write opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket, and y is, I can write opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket inside that quotes only. And then what I will do, I will write dot format in bracket. I will write x comma y. This is another way to output the things. These opening and closing brackets are inside this statement. So what is happening, whenever this opening and closing bracket occurs, what the print statement will do, it will look inside this in a statement, this format, whatever the values are passed, it will try to replace those values over here in a opening and curly bracket, and we'll get the output. So we got such a kind of x is 1 and y is 2, similar to upper statement. But the only issue with the upper statement is that we cannot write the statement continuously. We need to stop the quotes, and then we have to substitute the variable over there, and then again start the quotes and substitute the variable. But the Python provides another provision by which we can do this kind of stuff. In a one stop, we can write a statement. The places where we want a value for the variable, we can use this opening and closing curly brackets. And then for those brackets, we can write the format kind of a statement, and then we can proceed further. So this is with respect to the input and output, what are the things we wanted to do. Now one thing I told over here, the by default the value taken by the Python is by default input in a Python is a string. So how to typecast it? So to do the typecast activity, so we already seen the type of A. Type of A is nothing but the string, because A is already defined. So it is a string kind of a stuff, basically. Now if I want to do the typecasting of this fellow, what I have to do, if I hit A, again we will see hit A, what is showing? It's showing me 35. It's showing me 35, right? Now, and which is in the quotes, basically single quotes, the information given. Now if I want that int, I can do int of A. That is the typecasting I can do straight away, and then I will get the integer. The 35. Now there is no quotes. And if I want to know the type of this statement, I can do that. Type of integer. It was initially string. Now it is an integer kind of thing. It is an integer kind of thing. So we can do the typecasting. So whatever we learn in a C, C++ or a Java programming, integer, it is supported over here also. So we can have that types in a Python. So integer, there's a float, the long, and the string. All those stuffs are there in a Python programming language, and we can use them. We can use them. Any question? Any question? Yeah, Kamlakar ji, you can speak. Kamlakar ji. Okay. So this is with respect to the input and the output. So we can see the different things. So if I for example now for more detail, I can take more examples initially. So for example, type of 10 we know that it's an integer. So it will show me the type is int. Now if I make it quotes inside the quotes, if I write this 10 inside the quote, this 10 become the string straight away. It becomes string straight away. Now if I write 10.0 inside quotes, still it is string. Still it is string. There is no change. There is no change. Now if I remove quotes and if I only write 10, it becomes float. It becomes float, and we can use it. We can use it. Now what about the for example, if I say type true, this is one more thing, because we have seen one example over here. When we are executing, there is a 2 greater than 3 or not. It was giving the true and the false. Now if I execute this type true, what it gives? This gives the boolean. The type is boolean. So we have the return type as true or false. It has a boolean type, so it will return the type true. So if it is statement true, it will return for the true, it will return the data type as a true. So these are some types basically which is available in integer, float, boolean, and string, and then we can do the type conversions basically between the two stuffs, and then we can use them. We can use them. So for example, if I wanted to do the type conversion, so I can say int of 2.5. If I execute this, I can have the 2 straight away. I can do that. So 2. If I write float of 2, now float of 2 is the integer, and then it will return me the output for 2. Now if I do in this case int quotes of 2, the 2 is in a string, and I'm trying to type convert this string into the integer. It has to throw the exception. It has to throw exception. It has given a 2. Okay, it has given 2 over here. Now if I do is, it will give the exception. It will give the exception over here. The invalid returns, because it's not with respect to the base. So these characters cannot be handled over here. So we have seen the types with respect to the Python. The types are nothing but the integer, float, string, and other stuff. Now we'll talk about the different operators with respect to the operation of the Python. So there are basically different operators with respect to the Python programming. Is nothing but the we can do the operation like arithmetic operation like 2 plus 3. We can do that. Then 2 minus 3. We can do that. We'll see the output of this. Okay, we'll do this way. Print 2 plus 3 so that we can able to see the output. Then we'll see the print 2 minus 3, print 2 into 3, print 2, take 3 by this. I'll give the name of this operator, double division operator. This 2/3 is a perfect division operator. We'll see the output. We'll see the output of this first of all. That is more important to understand the thing. The plus, minus, and integer is not that much great. We all are aware of. but this 2 divided by 3 is given 0. It's a perfect integer division. It will not give you output in an float kind of thing. Normally we expect it should be in float kind of thing, but it won't give you. Now, for example, if I wrote 3 divided by 2, we know that 3 by 2 is 1 by 5, but it will return 1 over here. It will return 1 over here. Perfect one. Now, for example, if I write in this print, if I want to output if I write in this way, 3 by 2, 3 by 2, just see the output. The difference, you can notice the difference. Now it become 1.5. It become 1.5. 1, when I have a 2 double slash, it will give me the perfect integer division. So 3 divided by 2, it's not going to give me 1.5, but it will return me the 1. It will not give the remainder part. It will skip that thing. That is more important thing take away from the Python. Then there's a we know that the 3 modulus 2 we can do that thing. So these are the certain things we can do that thing. So we know that 3 modulus 2 will have the modulus 1. So modulo of that will return that thing. So another important thing which is different in a different places, but in a Python it is wrote differently. That is power. So if I wrote 3 power 2, so to write that thing, I will write 3 into 2. 3 into 2 will be treated as a power 3 power 2. So if I do that, it will give me the 3 by 9. 3 square, that is 9. So if I wanted to do the power kind of stuff, I can use this. I can use this, and I can go ahead with that. So these are the different you can say operations, arithmetic operation we can do. Then there is another operation. For example, if I say 1 is equal to 1, if I do that, it will return me true. Now for other example, if I say x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2, and if I say x is equal to y, then also it will compare, and it will return me the false. That x is equal to what is false. Now, then if I say not equal to, I can do that not equal to also, I can do that, and it will return me the true. If I want to do the greater than, less than, I can do that operation also, greater than, less than. So those steps are available. We can do that. Now if I want to do the string comparison, this is the integer or float kind of stuff. If I want to do the string kind of thing, can I do that? I will make this x and y as a string by introducing the quotes. Now if I want to do equal to x is equal to y, it will return false. Now if I suppose x is and y is equal to 1, and then this will do that. It will return true. So basically, these comparison operators will give us the output in a Boolean fashion, whether true and false, and then we have to use accordingly. And over the string also can be compared very easily, and we can go ahead with that. Then there is another thing which is very important. Normally, when we want to increment value in a loops, basically we say that x is equal to 1, and then what we do, x is equal to x plus 1. We can do in that fashion, x plus 1, and then we can print the value of x. And we will get the 2. Basically, we'll get the 2. There's another way by which we can do the assignment kind of stuff. Basically, when we see this in a Python, the right side expression are executed first, and then the value is assigned to variable x, and then we can print that value. There's another way by which I can do this. I can write the plus over here, and I can do this. Still, it will print 2. It will increment the value of x. So that statement is equivalent to whatever the previous statement we have seen. X is equal to x plus 1. So yes.
तुम्हाला
Yes, Samir ji.
मॅडम बोलत पण त्यांना नाही सांगितलं ना संघटनेसंदर्भात आमचं हे करायचं चालू आहे. आमचं म्हणजे सगळ्या कॉलेजचं की स्थानिक लेवलला संघटना करायची चालू आहे. स्थानिक म्हणजे आपल्या कॉलेजची, पण अशी काही नाहीच आहे आपली युनियन, अशी काहीच म्हणजे जशी आपली सोसायटी त्या पद्धतीने करायची. मॉडर्न एज्युकेशन सोसायटी, फ्री सोसायटी, मॉडर्न एज्युकेशन सोसायटी, शिक्षक व शिक्षकाचे कर्मचारी संघ. आणि बाहेरच्यांना आपण जे समजा बोलवलं इंटरव्ह्यूज केलं तर त्यांचे सुट्टीला असतात, आपलं कामही होत नाही, काही होत कसं त्याच्याशी आपण आपलं जे करायचं संघटना युनियन आपण प्रत्येक कॉलेजमधनं आणखी माणसं इच्छा असं चाललेलं सध्या सगळ्याकडे आयकार वगैरे आम्ही गोळा केली. कारण मुंबईपासून ते आपले 5 सेंटर मुंबईला आहेत, त्यांचे ID घेतलेले. आता हे आपले मी नेक्स्ट पण सगळं ते पण कॉलेजचे तुम्ही तुम्हाला सांगा हां
हॅलो
मॅडम
हॅलो
सर
पण अनएडेडचा
धनंजय
काय संबंध?
नाही म्हणजे तुमच्या याच्यावर आणि भविष्यात भरपूर प्रॉब्लेम येऊ शकतात.
हॅलो
प्रॉब्लेम तर
काय करायचं उलट एडिटला काही संबंध नाही.
प्रॉब्लेम तर प्रॉब्लेम तर मी तेच सांगतो.
नाही काय म्हणणं नाहीये आम्ही आमचं
म्हणणं आहे ना,
नाहीये.
म्हणणं काहीतरी आहे म्हणत.
नाही म्हणणं म्हणजे असं नाहीये सगळ्यांचं असं आहे की आम्ही मध्यंतरी गेलो होतो मुंबईला पण गेलो होतो हे कॉलेज आणि त्यांचे म्हणणं आहे की हा युनियन स्थानिक लेवल संघटना नाही म्हणजे स्थानिक लेवल असेल बाहेरचा कोणी येतो त्याचे येतो एखाद्या पक्षाचा असतो त्याचं चालू करतो आपल्या प्रॉब्लेम तो चालू होत नाही काहीच त्यांचं म्हणणं की तू आपण असं करू शकतो करू शकतो म्हटलं स्थानिक.
okay thank you okay so this is with respect to the comparison kind of a thing and the assignment kind of a thing. Basically we can do the assignment and then we can, so over here we can have instead of plus we can have minus, integer, perfect division, division, modulus and other stuff. Then there's a next thing which we like to discuss is the logical kind of thing. The logical things basically and, or, and not are the three logical things which we can use it. So we will have the x is equal to 1 and we have the y is equal to 2 and we'll take one more, z is equal to 3. So if I say x greater than y, x greater than y and y less than z, can do that, can have this logical kind of thing and it will do that false kind of thing. Similarly we can write or over here and so on and so forth. So whatever the things we want we can do with respect to the variable and we can do that thing. Now if I don't write, if for example what I did, I will change it. If I do this way, over here what will happening, the x is greater than 2 is false, this false and this false, this false, it will return me the false kind of thing. But if I change this operator x, this and this, it will return me two kind of stuff, right? Now if I eliminate this and over here and I wrote in this way, can I do that? I can do that in that way also. It will return me the true answer because this statement is similar to what I wrote x less than y and y less than z. This statement is very much similar to this. These two are equivalent. I hope everyone is understanding what I'm trying to say. This statement and this statement is equivalent. I can write this in a one stroke. What it will do, it will evaluate this first of all, and then this will evaluate x less than y, and then it will evaluate y less than z. And that is and basically. That is and then it will return me the true. So either you can write in this way or you can write in this way. Both are valid. So whatever the way you want. So there is a flexibility in the Python stuff. So we can use that and we can proceed further. Then we also can do the arithmetic operations like bitwise operations. For example, x is equal to, if I wrote x is equal to 3 and the y is equal to, if I write y is equal to, if I y is equal to 2, if I write that thing and if I say x and y, now what will happen over here, it will return me 2. What will do basically, the for 3 the binary code is 1 word and for this 2 the binary code is 1 0 and we are adding 1 1 and is 0 and 1 1 is 2. So that will give me the 2 basically. If I suppose if I write over here 4 and the code for this will be 1 0 0, right? Okay, we'll see. That. Okay, sorry, I wrote this cannot be there. Try to see ANDing of this. So I can do the bitwise ANDing for this. Bitwise ANDing has been happened and we got the output. In similar fashion, we can do the OR, XOR and shifting of the kind of stuff basically. Now we'll move towards the next part, or this is the with respect to the different operators basically. One of the important thing which I forgot to tell you, that thing in a Python, no need to declare int x or int y or string something. You can change, you can declare any variable at any point. So for example, if I wrote x is equal to 0, it become integer. By default, you understand that thing. I no need to specify that x is int or x is so and so forth. Now over here I wrote x is equal to something, and if I do the programming and then after some time I wrote say okay x is equal to now I will say Sandeep. I will say Sandeep. It's a string basically. So in between you can change the variable. It will take that thing. It will take that thing. It will take that thing and it will return that. It will return the for example, if I will show that thing, I will show print x and the type of x, and if I want over here I can write print x, the value of x and the type of x. I can do that. So in a programming, any variable at any moment of time you can change it. So if you see this 0, the value is 0, the printed and the class type is int. So type of this is int, and over here I have changed the string. Normally, if you do in any programming other language, it is that much flexibility is not available. But in a Python, we have that flexibility. We can change it. There is one more flexibility which is available in a Python. We can do the multiple initialization in one stroke. For example, x, I wrote x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2 initially. I was doing in this fashion. Now if the Python has another feature by which I can take advantage. I can write in this way also, x comma y is equal to 1 comma 2. This is equivalent to this. This will assign x to this value 1 is assigned to x and the value 2 is assigned to y. Value 2 is assigned to y. If you want, you can print it. Print x comma y. You can see that. And if I copy this statement, and if I print it, you see this. It will print that thing 1 comma 2. So this is the way by which you will maximum in a programming. If you the people who follow the standard programming kind of thing, they don't write in this way. X is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2 and then so on and so forth. They will write in one line. This is the one line statement, x comma y is equal to 1 comma 2. 1 comma 2, which means that x become 1 and y become 2. Now what is the beauty of this? What is the beauty of this? Now I'll share you the beauty of this. X comma y comma x. What the expected output? Can anybody tell me on a chat box what is the expected output for this? What is the expected? If I say x comma y is equal to y comma z. Anybody on a chat box? Okay, no one. So this we'll see. Then we'll discuss the output. What is happening over here? Just see now. When initially it was x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. Then we got printed 1 comma 2. Then we have x comma y is equal to 1 comma 2. So we got this print. So we got 1 2. Now what I did, x comma y is equal to y comma z. I said first of all it execute on the right side. It execute on the right side kind of thing, and then it assigns the value to the left hand side variables. So on the left hand side we have this y's value is 2. Y value is 2. So y value 2 is assigned to x and the x value is 1, which is still there. So it will assign the 1 to the y, and this is why we got 2 1, and this is the code for swapping the values. Normally in C++ Java we have to define a temporary variable and then assign one variable value to temporary and then from temporary to another variable, and we have to do that thing. But in a one line stroke I am able to swap the values between x and y, and those values are preserved also, and I am able to see the output. That is the beauty of the Python, by which we can do this, and the flexibility is given to the user. One thing which I like to share, or I forgot to share with with respect to the when we do the assignment kind of stuff, basically this the how the this precedence kind of things has been happening. Basically we'll try to look into that thing. So when we do the operation, basically, so if I say 2 plus 3, sorry, 2 plus 3 plus 5, we know that the expected output is 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 5 10. That is the expected output. Now if I add this star in this, now if I add the star in this, what is the expected output? What is the expected output? Can anybody on chat box quickly? If I run that, okay, no one, no issue. What is happening? I'm getting 17. Why I'm getting 17? Because this star has a precedence over this plus, and therefore this is getting executed first, and then this two is getting added. Then if plus the operator which is on the same level, on the same precedence, then in that it will get executed from the left to right straight away. But over here it is the star has a precedence, so this precedence operator will get executed first, and then the 17 will get then the addition operation will happen. Now in such a kind of a scenario, we need to have, so for example, if I want to do 2 plus 3 first and then in multiplication, then in that scenario I need to have a brackets. Otherwise you will get an error, and this is the maximum time when the people write a programming in a research kind of an activity, they do this kind of a mistake. They know that this is not required, it will solve that problem, but sometimes the due to the development of the programming kind of thing, they forgot to consider the precedence, and then they got the wrong answers, basically. So this is one of the things. So for the other steps also, we can do the such a kind of a step, and then we can proceed further. Then we can proceed further. Now in a Python, there are lots of other things which we can have. So for example, if I want to see the ASCII value of this character A, I can print that thing. ORD is a function. ORD is a function which will give me the return with the ASCII value 65 for that. Now what I did, ORD, ordinary, inside that I passed the A, and then I got this 65. Then I got this 65. But if I really want to do what is ORD, I said it is a function. But in a while doing a programming, if you at any moment of time, if you want to know the information about the ORD, how I can do how we can do that, we can have help with the function, and under that I can pass the ORD. I can pass the ORD, and if I execute that, it will give help on the build function. ORD building function. ORD is a building function, so I have passed the ORD. So ORD is a building function in the module function, and ORD what takes it? It takes C, returns the Unicode code point for the one character string. Whatever the Unicode information is associated with that variable, it will return that thing. So at any moment of time, if you face any problem with respect to any function, you can write help. Inside help, you can write the name of that function and execute that thing. You'll get the information for that. That is one way. Another way, if I want to do that, I can write ORD, and then I can write a question mark. I can write a question mark. And if you see this on the right hand side, you will find signature ORDC, doc string. We'll see what is doc string. Return the Unicode point information, and it is a building type, the building function or a method. So you'll get that information also. You get that information. Either you type help in bracket, you can write the function name, and you will get the information about the function, or you can write function name and the question mark, and then the help will return you the information on the right hand side. These are the two mechanisms by which we can access the information with respect to the things. Now the next thing which we will like to talk is with respect to the operation is the if statement, if and else statement. Basically we'll talk about the if and else statement. So we have this x is equal to x comma y. We'll say x comma y is equal to 1 comma 2. So I can write that thing. Now how to write a if and else statement? Basically I can write if no need to have a opening and closing bracket. You can straight away write a simple statement: x greater than x, less than y. I can say less than y. Just see the syntax, how to write a statement, and there is a colon. there is a colon. You're supposed to write the colon. The colon will tell that the if statement has been ended over there. X less than y colon, that will give me the information that the if statement has broken. If I hit enter, are you able to see? Okay, I will write first of all print. Now, if you see this print statement, there's a space is left over here. Are you able to see that space? Yes or no? In a chat box, you can quickly give the response. You can give the quickly response. There is a space over here. It's not started exactly below to the if statement, but there is a space over here, and that is called as block. The block is created. Normally in a C plus or Java, either they use the opening and closing curly bracket if the if statement started, but over here it is not required. Over here it is not required. Just a space, a space, a space, a tab space. You can use it. A tab you can give, and then you can write whatever the statement you want to write inside the print statement. So we'll write the y is greater than x. I have finished. Now I have finished. I don't want to write anything in a if statement. This is only one statement I wanted to write. Then what I can do? I can backspace. I can hit and I can go to the original space. Then I can write else. I again have to use the colon if I wanted to write that thing. Again I can write print x in the quotes. I can write in the quotes x is greater than y. X is greater than y. And if I run that, I will get the output. I will get the output. So y is greater than x. So this statement got executed, and we got this output basically, and we will able to see that. What is basically the takeaway point from this expression is that the no need to have brackets. You can write brackets also. If you have a habit of writing the brackets, you can write brackets also inside round bracket also you can write expression. Others don't give it, there's no issue. Still both the things are valid. Both the things are valid. You can turn it and you will get the same output. There's no issue with that. There's no issue with that. Secondly, there is no opening and curly bracket. There's a block kind of stuff. There is a block kind of stuff basically. So we need to take care of those blocks. We need to take care of those blocks. Third thing which we wanted to note down from this, we need to have that. I'm audible? Hello? I'm audible? Hello? I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So another thing which we want to take away from this is that in a if statement, whatever the statement you write, whenever you have this control statement or the comparison kind of statement, we should use this colon. The colon is very important. So with the help of the colon, we will able to tell the interpreter that the statement has stopped, and then we can proceed further, and then he will do the execution. That is the takeaway point from this statement, and we can do the processing kind of thing. Now, next thing which we wanted to discuss is with respect to the nested if else. For example, if I have the x comma y comma z, and if I write 1 comma 2 comma 3, I can do that, and then I can write if x less than Okay. So now I can write the statement over here. I can write the statement. So x is, I can say x is less
सर
than.
स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रहा है. हेलो.
Yours, I'm sharing my screen. It is visible or not?
No sir, not visible.
Okay.
Not visible, sir.
Okay, I will reshare it. Now,
Still not sir. It is not visible.
not visible. Should I? Okay, I will rejoin it. There is an issue, I think. Hello. Visible or not? Still not visible? Huh?
Sir, your screen is not visible.
Visible, no?
No, sir, no, not
Still
visible.
is. Okay. I will try
Sir,
to
again,
rejoin it.
yeah, stop
I
screen
will.
sharing and then again start. Yeah.
Yeah, I will do that. I will do that. I will rejoin it.
केलंय
ते
हेच राहतो मग तुम्हाला सांगत राहतो व्यस्त आहे व्यस्त आहे
मला तेच सांगितलं
डॉक्युमेंट आपल्याकडे आहेत त्याची
होय सर ते पोरग्यान हे करून टाकले
मी कॅन्सल करतो.
सरांचा मोबाईल घेणे ते ब्लॉकला टाकले रीट मारली सर
अरे क्या हुआ, ट्रेनिंग कैसी चल रही है? बंद है, कुछ भी नहीं है, सब बैठे ऐसे ही। तुम लोग देख नहीं रहे? तो कहाँ है? नहीं, कहाँ है देखो। तुम लोग इन रहो ना बाबा। मैं वहाँ पे वो काट रही थी। हाँ, लेकिन ऐसा मत करो अभी। एक काम देखो, ये पहले ही दिन अगर ऐसा रहेगा ना, पूरी पब्लिक अपने को बोमा बोम कर डालेगी। देखो क्या हो रहा है, बात करो सर से।
Hello. Hello.
Yes, now your screen is visible. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Sorry for the
Right.
interrupt. Sorry for the interrupt. Yeah.
No issues.
So
No
there's
issues.
a network
Continue.
issue. Yeah. So basically, when we talking about this nested if-else statement, so I can write if then this else. I wrote some statement that okay, and then I can write the else statement. I can write the else statement, and I can do these stuffs basically, and I can write the more statement further. Now, what to take away from this if when we have this nested kind of a statement basically, in that scenario, what we can do in a nested kind of a scenario, what we can write in this scenario, I can write if, I can write the condition one, what is the condition one I want, what are the statement I wanted to write. For example, if I wanted to write a print statement, I can write that print statement, and then what will happen in that I can write in a nested kind of thing. Instead of writing else and then if, I can write elif. I can write elif, and then I can write the condition two. I can write the condition two. Whatever the condition two I wanted to write, I can write that condition two colon. Then I can write again whatever the statement I wanted to write in that elif. Elif will help me to write the statement, the nested kind of a statement. Then again I can write the elif statement, and then I can write the condition three, and so on and so forth. So nested kind of a stuff I can do with the help of if elif, if instead of writing if else kind of stuff, I can do the if elif kind of stuff, and then I can proceed further. I can proceed further. So that is the statement which we wanted to execute whenever we have this conditional kind of statement, and we can do that. We can do that. Now, whenever the another important thing in a programming basically is the one thing is the if else statement, and another important thing is the loop basically. And the loops are the basic statement or basic thing with respect to the loops remain always same, whatever the programming language is there, but what are the basic things are there remain same. So for example, for I can write I is equal to 0. I can write I is equal to 0, or I less than 5, I plus plus. Again the colon will come, and different basically, and it will give me as the output. So whatever the mistake. Instead of write while, write I is equal to 0, while I less than 5. I will have this print I. Print I, and I will write I equal to plus equal to 1, and then I can execute that. And I'll get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is very simple loop which we can see that. Now for if I wanted to write a loop for an I, so what I will do, if I write a loop for I will write for I in range 1, 10 colon print. Okay, we will take I from 0 to 5 so that we can print same value which is printed by the for loop. We will take I to 5, 0 to 5, and I will print I. And I will get the same output. Which is given by the while loop. While loop is very self-explanatory. That is, we already know I is initialized, then we wrote the conditional statement inside y, and then I incremented by 1, and we printed the statement. But in a for loop, what we did for I in range. Now, what is the range basically? We'll see what is the range. There is another function called as a range, and we'll take a help of the function which is already available. We'll see what is range basically. What is range? If you see what is range, range is a function which has the start and stop entity. So when I say range 0, 5, 0 is the starting point and the 5 is the ending point, and there's a step. Now over here we are not given a step. By default it will take a step 1. So 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. The range will take by default step 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you give a step, it will accordingly take a step. So for example, over here in a previous example only, I will modify. If I 0, 5, 1. So again I will get the similar output. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now assume that I have changed it to 2. The step is 2. What will happen? It will take a steps 2. 0, then there is a 2, and there is a 4, and it is ended. There is end basically. It never takes the ending value. It will start from that, but it will stop before that ending value. It will stop before to the end. So if you see the single, when I pass the single step value, so it has been printed 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It has been printed 0. It has not printed 5. It will. Hello. Yeah. Any question? It will print those values 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will never going to terminate. It will never going to print the termination condition. That is on the 5. It will stop. Range will give you the range. Basically, it will give the range. Now, what is the beauty of this? If I, for example, if I wanted to start, and if I say 0.1, I will take only 5 to 1. I will take 5 to 1 and we'll see what is happening. What is happening for? We'll give the error. We required float. We have changed the float. Okay. It's not taking, it's taking only integer value for the for. So we'll have that too. For I in range 0 to 5, this step value will print and it will give us that value with respect to this for loop. So for loop will get executed. So each time, whenever we want, we can do that activity. Now in this program, I can make a change, one more change. If I say x is equal to, if I have x is equal to Sandeep, and if I say this 5 starting from 0, and if I say length of x, we'll see what is printing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is happening? The length x is the length of x is 6. Length of x is 6, and the length is a function by which the length of 6 so x is 7. So the length is a function which will return us the value with respect to this value, and then the loop will run accordingly. So length is again it's a function, and return types is the whatever this return type is the integer. If I make a modification in this, if I make further modification, if I say x of I, if I specify x of I, and what I will doing, I'm trying to access the value of x, that is SANDEEP, and this we don't want this now. We'll eliminate this. It will print that. It will print the value of x. Now suppose I decided to change x of, we'll write out of group. If I write x of 0, if I wanted to make x of 0 as m, I want to change that s to m. We'll see what is the output. It has to throw the exception. It has to throw the error. It has printed. If you see, another beauty of the Python is that this statement has been executed. This much statement is executed, and it has shown the output for that. Whenever error occurs, it will have this kind of an error. What it says that string object does not support item assignment, which means that the string items are immutable. You cannot change the value present. So kindly note that in string, once you declare a string x is equal to Sandeep, for example, over here we declare, we cannot change the values which is present inside the string. There is another method by which we have to make a changes, but we cannot make directly the changes. Basically, we cannot make the directly changes, and therefore the string does not support the assignment operator. This operation is not supported. We have to find out the mechanism by which we can make the changes. So that is another takeaway point from this thing. Whenever we wanted to do the work with this kind of stuff, basically, so we can have that thing. So string doesn't support. There are another functions which doesn't support such a kind of thing. We'll see in a few minutes of time. So if we eliminate this, so that is the another thing which we wanted to discuss. So we discussed the for loop, and then we discussed the while loop also, which is very similar. Only main important thing is that this colon is very important, and the range function will require in a for, and this while loop will have this kind of a structure. Now, how to define a function? So for example, if I want to define a function, to declare a function in a Python, normally in C++, Java, we write a return type as int, float, or something. But in this Python, we don't require that thing. We write only def. The def is a keyword which will define the function basically. So for example, we will say def, and if I say max of a comma b, if I wanted to identify, again the colon will come into the picture, and this is the way. What I did, I write def, that is the type definition. I'm writing the max is my function, and I'm passing the two variable a comma b. Now similar to the for example, if I write help ABC, sorry, ABC, not ABS. I'll take ABS. Similar to ABS, what is that? It has given such a kind of an information. Help is an inbuilt function for the modular and all those stuff. If similarly, if you as a developer, if you want such a kind of a thing, you are allowed to give such a kind of an information. If you want, you can allow to give us such a kind of, how to do that? That is called a docstring. You can do that. Docstring can be provided. I can have the 3 colons. I can write the 3 colons. Inside that 3 colons, what I'll write returns. I will write the information about this function, return maximum of A and B, and I will write this 1, 2, 3, finished. After that, I will write the code if A greater than B, colon, print return, or instead of that, I will have a return type, so I will write return A, else I will write return B. I'll execute this. Now, first of all, what I will do, I will write help max. I'll write help max, and I will execute that thing. What it does basically, max A comma B, return maximum value A and B. It has given this information to the user. So similarly, whatever the inbuilt functions are there, whenever we wanted to retrieve the information, we can have that help. Similarly, we can write the help information for our function also, which is defined by the user defined function. So over here, I have defined the function max, and in a docstring, I have given the information about this, that this is the information about this statement, and I can do that activity. And I wrote the other code with respect to that. So help max, whenever I do help max, it will go over here and it will return me the information. Help on the max in the module main. So that is my user defined function. We'll talk about this. What is this main also? We'll talk about that. And this will return me the information about this, and it returns this thing. Now, if I want to execute this, if I wanted to execute this max, what I will do, I will say X, I'll say print max. I'll pass the 2 values, 5, 2. I'll print that. So max between the 5 and 2. So 5 is printed. So that is the return type. So takeaway point from this function is that the takeaway point from this work is that we can define a function. To define a function, normally in C, C++, Java users, they have a habit of writing the void, int, float, and so on and so forth. But over here, we need to write only def. After writing a def, you have to write the function name, and then you can pass the parameter, or you don't pass the parameter as per your requirement, whatever the program you are writing. If you wanted to give the information about the whatever the function you are defining, you write the 3 quotes. Inside these 3 quotes, you write this information, whatever the information you pass, so that this will, whenever the function get executed, this will consider the docstring, and it will not going to touch that thing. Rest of the code will get executed automatically. Rest of the code will get executed, and you will get the output basically. That is the takeaway point from this the function called defining the function. So we can define the lots of functions based upon the requirement, and we can print those functions, and we can see the output with respect to these things. So, for example, now if we'll take one more example with respect to the function. We say I will define a function, printing the names basically. So if I wanted to write a print the name, and I will say print the name, the first, then the last name, and the initials. I will write the initials with respect to them, and then I will write the colon, and then I will write the functions for that. Now, if I wanted to write the function for this, what I will do, I'll write print. If I write if initials are given, I write colon, I will write print. If only I wanted to print the initials, so what I will do, I'll print the first character of this first plus any doubt?
छोटे बच्चे सबको लेके अपन घूमते रहते, सही में अच्छा वो अपने घर में आ गए यार, बहुत प्यार मेरी बात से, बहुत प्यारी है, कोई अच्छे कर्म करके आई है मेरे लिए, इसको इतना प्यार वाला घर मिला है, सब लोग डरते भी, अच्छे प्यार भी करते।
चैप्टर उसने कोड ले लिया, बीच में मेरे इतने सारे मिस हो गए, कनेक्शन टूट गया।
आपने दब गई हो, से घूसा दे, इतनी मोटी है, उससे सारे जैसे तक काम नहीं कर पाए। पापा, ओ पापा, ओ पापा,
क्या?
विनोद जी, विनोद जी,
हाँ,
Vinod ji, kindly mute yourself.
मेरी आवाज जा रही है।
Okay, thank you. So if I wanted to print my initials basically, so I will write the code first. The first, last, and the initials are the information passing inside my function. First of 0, then the whatever the initials I wanted to print. Then I will write plus what I am writing. The last is my another variable, last of 0, plus the what I want the dot after that. So these are the information which I wanted to print. If the initials are given, so I can pass that. I can do that. Else what I can do? Else I can print. First and last. This is the code basically which I wanted to execute, and I will take the arguments basically from the command prompt. Now I will call this function and I will try to execute this. Now this function is wrote, and then what I will do, I will write print name is my function call. I will pass my first name Sandeep, comma, second name I will pass Udmale, and third I'm on initial I'm doing some activity. So initial should be a Boolean value because I'm doing something if statement I'm writing with respect to if. So I need to pass the Boolean value with respect to that. If I pass true initially, initials are true, and if I execute that thing, it will print my initials s.u. S.u will be printed. S.u will be printed. Now if I pass the false statement if I pass the false statement or false value, what it will print? It will print the complete name. It will print the Sandeep Udmale. The complete name has been printed. So basically, what we are doing over here, when I pass the initial value, true, what had happened? It has went over here. It become true. First of 0. The first of 0 is nothing but s. So s has been taken. Then I have plus. What I did, I concatenated the two string. I want this dot. My s dot I wanted. So what I did the plus statement. Then I added this in a quotes. I wrote the dot. Then plus. Then I have the last of 0. So there is a last. So last of 0 is nothing but the u will come. And again I concatenated the 0. So I got this output. And when I wanted to with respect to the string, I can always write in this fashion. The string allow us the stuffs like this, addition kind of stuffs. Basically, I can do that with respect to the string. So I wrote this, and then I can execute Sandeep plus Udmale. So it will give me Sandeep Udmale. There is no spacing. If I specify over here space, then it will give me the spacing. Sandeep spaces, so it will give me the Sandeep plus Udmale. So plus will concatenate to two string basically. It will help us to concatenate two string, and we will get output like this. That is the beauty of this. Now, the another change which I wanted to make, for example, in initial, I have passed this value, but I can write the by default value with respect to this initial. If I wanted to write the by default value with respect to initial, I can do that. For example, if I say initial is equal to false, if I write that initial is equal to false. Now, if I do that, if I execute this statement, I will get still, because this true value will get overwritten over here. This true value will get overwritten over here, and therefore it become true, and therefore I got this s dot u dot. But if assume I have not given now true value, what will happen in that scenario? The whatever the value is associated with initial, that will be taken, and it will execute that thing. Oh, sorry. I forgot it to execute this again because we made the changes, and then now it will print Sandeep Udmale. So when I now, if I'm not passing the initial value, over here, the false value, it will take by default false value, and it will always print Sandeep Udmale. But if I pass initials, if I pass the true value over here, then it will override that thing. It will override this false, and by default initial will have a false. If I pass it, this value will get overwritten and it will get executed. If not, if I don't pass it, always this false will be treated, and it always print the statement. Whatever the statement is there in the else part, because this is false, this statement will get printed. So in a Python, you can have this kind of a stuff. Either you can reduce the number of things and you can initialize the parameter over there. Another important thing which is the takeaway point from this thing is that over here the first is mapped to Sandeep and the last is mapped to Udmale, and we able to map, and then we able to proceed. If you don't want to do that, you can pass the value. Also. So if I wanted to write, I can write first is equal to this, and the last is equal to this also, while passing the thing, and I can do that. I can execute that thing. This is first allowed. Now the mapping has changed, and now Udmale and Sandeep will come. So this is also allowed in a Python. This is also allowed, and then we can do the passing of the variable, what is the parameter we are passing. Either if you want more specific information to be passed, you can pass it, or you also can pass the default values, and according to the default values, you can work in the program. Now the next stuff which we like to discuss with respect to the variable, that is nothing but the global variables. So for example, if I say pi, then if I say if I define one function called as area. If I wanted to calculate the area, I will pass the r, and then I can write a colon over there, and then I can say return. I can say return pi into r into r. So this will return that thing, and r, and then what I will do, I will write one more function, def update underscore. I'll write update only, update colon pi is equal to 3.14159. This is the thing. I will execute this. What I will do, I'll give a call. Print area is equal to 1. If I say print area is equal to 1, return the 3.14 is return. Now if I assume now before that, what I will do, I will call this update function, update. I'll call this update function. Still it will print the 3.14. It has not updated this pi. The function has executed, pi got this, but this pi is a global pi. This pi inside the update function is a local, and this pi is out of this function, which is not local to this function. In such a kind of a scenario, if I wanted to make, whenever I update the things, I need to declare the global pi. And then now if I execute this statement, first of all, let me execute this so that the changes get updated. And now if I do that, it will take that changes. It will take that thing. So global is a keyword which is used to declare the variable globally. And once you do that, it will update the information in all the places where the variable has occurred. It will update that thing. It will update that. Let me show you. I will execute one more time. Now, before, see, what we do, we'll have this. We'll copy this and we'll print this, and we'll execute now. Update has a pi. Will declare this global variable. Will declare all the variable with respect to pi, and that will help them. And therefore we got this. So global is another keyword which in a variable declaration. Normally variable become local to inside that function or inside that body. But whenever you declare the global kind of a keyword with respect to that, the functions become the global, and then you can do that thing, and we can work on that. The another stuff with respect to this is with respect to the functions, passing the variable and declaring things. There's one more thing with respect to the string, basically, which we will like to talk. So, for example, if I say name is equal to I can say something xyz, and if I want this #s, then I can write ABC and this. What I want, this apostrophic s I wanted, it will throw me the error in a string. Whenever I want apostrophic s, basically it will throw me the error. It won't take that thing. XYZ, or I can say something, some XYZ apostrophic s and ABC. It won't give me the error because this code is already used to already has defined as a separate meaning in a Python, single quote and a double quote. So to handle such a kind of thing, I need to have this slashes. What will do? It will help me to print. It will help me to print the XYZ s apostrophe s along with ABC. It will help me to do that activity. And it will print the statement, basically. It will print the statement. Okay, it has not printed. Let me call the name. Okay, name, and now it will get printed. Now the name will have this XYZ. So this single quotes will come when we hit this slashes. Otherwise, it will throw that, because the single quotes has a meaning in a Python. So it will always throw the exception with respect to that. It will always throw the exception with respect to that. So now, for example, if I write Sandeep Udmale in the string, and then we can do the lots of operation with respect to the string. Basically, we can work with the string, and we can have the string. Can we declare the empty string? Now another question: we can declare the empty string also in a quotes. This is my empty string, and if I wanted to print, okay, we'll see the length of name, and we'll try to see the length of, okay, instead of writing Sandeep, I'll write K only, so that the counting becomes easy. And then there's the length, and the length of name one. And if I execute this will give me the length of the empty string is 0. Okay, or return print inside print statement, so that it will give me that output. Before writing that thing, so we got this. Now we'll get output for the name 0 and 1. So for name 1, it is 1, and for this name 1, if I have empty string, I have a 0 kind of thing. I can have that thing, and then we can do that. Then another thing which we can do is this. Suppose name 2 is equal to, in bracket, if I write Sandeep /n Udmale. If I write that thing, okay, I forgot to give a call to this name 2. So again, we have to give a call to name 2. What it will do, it will print that /n. And we'll able to see that it will treat that as a special symbol because of this /n. It will treat that thing, and it will help us to see how the things are moved basically in the string kind of an operation. We can concatenate the two string. We already seen how to concatenate the two string, and we can print the concatenated kind of stuff basically with respect to the string. Now, if I wanted to do the indexing kind of stuff also, we already seen with respect to the string that we can do the indexing. So a of 0, a of 3. So for example, if I say name of 2 of 0, if I want to print something with respect to name of 2 0, we can print. It will print the value with respect to that. The indexing can be done very easily. The S is printed. For example, if I wanted to print something with respect to the 3 from this name 3, so it can print that thing. It can print that thing. It will print D. So basically, it is starting from the 0th location, and it will go ahead up to the length. Now this is very simple, but what is the most important thing is that if I write now, if I have at 0, I have S, name 2. Name 2 consists of Sandeep / Udmale. Okay, I will make it more simpler. Write only Sandeep, and I'll execute that because the next part which I wanted, that I want this stuff. So as name 2 has Sandeep, and now I will execute. Name 2 has S, because this is at location 0. So it will print S, because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it is at location 0, so it will print S. Now what is happened if I pass the location -1? Normally in the other programming language you don't throw the output, but in this it will throw the output, and it will give the output as P. It will give the output as P. Basically, it will give the output as P. So what is the takeaway point from this? What is happening? I'll show in a PPT. I have this. Let me wait. Very crucial. This current topic is very crucial. I'll show you what is happening in this. I wrote S, A, N, D, E, C, and P. Okay. Now normal indexing is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is normal indexing basically. So if I say name of 6, it will print P again. It will print P. It will print P. But in Python, we have this -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and -7. The negative indexing is also allowed in a Python. So if you see with respect to this now, my screen is visible, I hope so. Screen is visible, I hope so. Yes, thank you. So now if I type -7, for example, -7 is this. If I type -7, it will give me the S. It will give me the S basically. It will give me the S. And anything out of index, it will throw the exception. It will throw the exception. -8. If I try to do that, it will throw the exception. It has to throw the exception. It will say index out of range. It will throw the exception, and will get the such a kind of an error basically. So for different indexing, -2, it will throw that. That is something different. Whatever we are doing, that is something different with respect to the positive and the negative. The negative indexing starts from the backward direction, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and -7, and the positive start from the 0 to in a positive direction. That is the takeaway point from this example, so that we can able to understand what is the importance of this thing. The indexing. Why this indexing is very crucial? Because now if I wanted to take a substring, because up till now I'm only accessing the single element from the indexing, 0th location, 2nd location, 3rd location, 4th location. Now if I wanted to take a substring, can I do that? Yes, I can do that. So how I can do that? In name2, I can write 0:3, 0:3. If I do that, what you will take 0:3. 0 is the starting point and 3 is the ending point. So 0, 1, and 2. So 0, 1, and 2. It won't go 3. 3 is the termination condition. It won't go up to 3. So what he will take? He will print the value from 0 to 2. So 0 to 2 is sun. So what is printed? It has printed sun. It has printed sun. Now if I want in between, I can do that. If I wanted to start from 3, and if I wanted to go up to 10. 10 is not in my index, positive 10, because my length is up to 6. I have the indexing value up to 6. Let us see what happens. It will give the output. It will 100% give the output. It will give the output. It's not going to throw the error, because he will read from 3 up to 6. It is no, that value is up to that value is there, so it will print that thing, and the rest of the value is not printed. Now what will happen if I only write 3 colon? If I only write 3 colon, I am not given any output, any ending string. I have given only starting string. Starting string is D. After that you go up to this, but up to this is not given. It is kept blank, so it will go up to the end of the string, and it will again print the div. Now same thing is applicable if I don't give the starting location, but if I give the ending location. For example, go start from I am not given the starting location, but go up to 4th. What I will do, it will take sand. The starting location is not given. It's always going to start from the 0th location, and it will print the thing. So these are some of the operations which we can perform on a string. One is the concatenation, by which plussing we can access the indexing kind of thing. We can extract the substring also. Now this we did with respect to the positive value. What about the negative value? Can I do that? So if I wanted to do the negative kind of thing, I will need to start from the -7 to -5. So I can write -7 to -5. We'll see what is the output it gives. See that it will give SAC. So again, these things are incremented by 1, and we got that thing. Now if I say nothing, and if I say -1 up to -1, it will print from nothing to -1. Sandy. It will print that. Thing, and we'll get the output. That is the beauty. Of this slicing. This operation is called as slicing. basically we try to slice this string into to get the substring. So in a variable we pass the starting and ending location, and because of that we able to extract the substring from this from the things. And if I don't pass the starting and ending location, for example in this, if I don't pass the starting and ending location, so by default it will take the starting location as a 0 and the ending location is the length of the string, whatever the length of the string, and it will print that thing. So these are some of the variations which we can do. And whatever the given string, if I wanted to extract the particular thing, we can extract the particular substring from the given substring, and that is the beauty of this slicing operation. So slicing will help us to extract the things basically. Now, for example, my length of the string is 7, or length of the string 0 to 6. Now, if I wanted to do something out of range, so for example, my starting location is 7 onwards, 7 onwards up to the index value 10. Starting from the index value 7 and go up to the index value 10. If I do that, now it will print the error out of index kind of thing. It won't give anything. It won't go give anything. Whatever the range, so there is nothing. So it will give the error or it will give the blank kind of thing. So these are the some things with respect to the string. So the next important data type with respect to the Python, we see the integer, float, string. Now the most important the data type which we wanted to learn, that is called as tuple basically. That is called as tuple. So the tuple is nothing but the tuple which consists of the different values, the different values which can be stored inside the tuple. So for example, if I say t is equal to, I can write Sandeep, then comma, then I can write the Udmale, then I can write the comma, then I can write something, for example, a mobile number, so 996733007, or I can write the mobile number, I can write flat number 802, so that is fine. And these are the stuffs which I wrote. And if I execute this, what is happening? If I execute that, and if I print t, I'll get the output in this fashion. If you see, I have not given the round brackets, but it came into the round bracket, closing and opening closing bracket, and that is nothing but a tuple. I can write in a opening and closing bracket, or I can write in this fashion also. That is the first thing. I can also write this in this way also. I can write in the opening, or I can write in this way also. If I execute this, I'll get, and if I execute this, same thing I will get it. If I get it, I'll get the same thing. So there is no restriction whether you should have this opening and closing bracket. There is no issue. Second thing, over here I have the float for integer string. Sandeep is a string. Udmale is a string. This is the integer. If I want, I can have the float also. So something I can say 10.1. I can do that. So tuple is a combination. It's a set basically of the different values. It's a values. The heterogeneous value. It is not necessary. For example, in a C++ or Java, they know that once I declare an array, the array, if I declare, I can store the integer value. So if I declare as a float, I can store the float only. But in this tuple, you have the different combination. You can have a string, integer, float, everything is there, and this will print that thing. Now, if I type a type of t, what is the type of t? I can see the type of t. The type of t is nothing but the tuple. The type of t is a tuple basically. It is a tuple. Now, if I want to access the element of a t, I can do that. Yes, I can do that. T of 0, you can do that. I can do that in this t of 0. It will print the Sandeep. If I type t of 2, it will print some another value. It will print some another value. It will print 802. Now, if I say t of 0, there is a Sandeep, or I can say t of 0 is 802. If I wanted to change this 802 to suppose 100. If I wanted to do that, error will come because this tuple object does not support assignment thing, does not support that thing. So string is another one. who does not support such a kind of an assignment, and the tuple is another person who does not support that thing. Once you declare, you cannot. They are they are immutable. You cannot change the value present inside the tuple. There is another mechanism by which we can do that. We'll see that thing. We want to see that thing. So this is another thing which we wanted to take into consideration, that the tuple can we do this kind of a thing. The assignment cannot be allowed in a tuple. The another thing which we need to be noted, that can we declare empty tuple? Yes, we can. So for example, we already declared t, so we'll take x. X is equal to opening and round bracket. We'll create the empty tuple. We'll create the empty tuple. If I execute x type of x, I can do that. Type of x. If I do that, what will happen? It will create the empty tuple, and the type that it is a tuple, basically. It is a tuple. So the empty tuple is created. This is the empty tuple, and the class type is tuple, basically. So it has been created. Can I create a single value tuple? Yes, I can do single value tuple also. For example, if I write 100, and then if I hit a comma, 100, and then if I hit a comma, what it will do? It will create a tuple. If I don't give the 100 after comma, then it will treat as an integer. For example, 100 comma, so it has created a tuple 100 comma and the class tuple. But for example, now if you don't give this comma after this x, what it will do? It will treat it as an integer. That is the most important thing. The people use the mistake were done by the people in a programming kind of stuff. Basically, they fail to do that. That they declare they want a tuple, but they fail to give a comma. If they don't give the comma, the meaning has changed in a programming concept, because the syntax is totally different. Now suppose if I want to do another operation, can I have a tuple inside a tuple? Can I have nested tuple, basically? So I can do that thing. So for example, if I say course, this course is equal to, if I say Python, then I say, okay, the student is Sandeep, and I say the roll number is 101. So this is the number with the string, and this is declared by me. And then okay, so then I can say, okay, then I can say students. Then possibly student is there. So I say Sanjay is a student. Then you can say age of Sanjay might be 18-year-old, and then I wanted to give the information about his course. Can I write this? I write this course is a variable over here, and I wrote this, right? And now I'm printing course, and then I'm printing student. Then I'm printing student. If I execute this, I can have this tuple. If you see, this tuple is got inside. It got inside this tuple. The course tuple. This is course tuple got inside this tuple. And more importantly, I will show you what is there. Now, if you see 0, 1, and 2. So if I access student of 2, if I wanted to access what is at location index value 2, it will return me the whole tuple. Whole tuple will be returned. It will return me the whole tuple, basically. It will return me the whole tuple. The more important thing which we like to know, the length. Can we do the length? Length can be done. Course. Can we find out the length of this? Yes, we can. We can find out the length of the course is 3, because there are 3 indexes are there. So we can have that value over there. Now, if I want student, if I wanted to calculate the length of the student, again the student should be 3. student, because this is the single index value which is present inside the stuff basically, and we able to create the operations on that. So this is with respect to the course and the student. Now if I want something else, want to different operation, more operation, if I wanted to work on this. So for example, if I say course one is equal to, I can say Python, then the say instructor is Sandeep, ID for the ID for the course is 101, and then I have course 2, then course 2 possibly data structures, then I have the course instructor as Sanjay, and the employee ID is 102. So these are the two stuffs which I have declared, and I have this along with me. Now if I wanted to concatenate these two, I can insert them. I can do the concatenation of these two. So if I write course 1 plus course 2, I can do that, and it will give me the output in this fashion: Python Sandeep 101 data structure Python. So these two concatenated and form the one tuple. These two are concatenated and form the one tuple. So we got the output statement. Similar to the string, can we extract the substring basically? So I can do that. Course 1. If I don't give the starting and ending index, I can have that, and I can print the complete tuple. I can print the complete tuple course 1. So it will print Python Sandeep and x101. For now, if I pass 1 over here, so it will print 0, start from 0 and end at 1. So it won't print the location value 1, but I can do the slicing operation. What is the slicing operation I'm doing on a string? Same slicing operation I can do on a tuple, and we can further work on that. So this is the third more important thing which we need to know, that slicing operation. What are the slicing operation we are doing on a string? Similar kind of slicing operation are applicable in the tuple, and both are immutable. That is the thing. The another important part with respect to the tuple is need to be noted is nothing but the unpacking of the information. What are the information we have? We can unpack those information. So for example, if you consider, we initially declare this variable student, we have the student. This is the information. Sorry, S was capital. The S is capital over here. The student S is capital over here. So this is the information with respect to the variable student, which is the type of tuple. The type is tuple, and this is the information. Now, can I unpack? The word is called as unpacking. Can I unpack this? What are the value held by this tuple? So I can do that. So I will say name, comma age, comma course details. Course is equal to student. If I execute this, what will happen? The student is a tuple. And which has the three values. Basically. If you see, the student is, we are declared over here. It has a Sanjay, 18, and the course. They are the three values held by this student inside that thing. So when I do this, if I now this unpacking of this variable or the tuple is done. Now if I type name, it will print the name. Sanjay. Now if I type age, it will print the name as it will print the age of that whatever the whole value held by inside that. If I type course, it will return me the value for that course. And that is nothing but the unpacking business is basically done by the in a Python. So we can do the unpacking kind of stuff, and we can print those values. Now over here we have assigned those values. Unpacking values are assigned because of this equal to sign. Therefore, this name, age, and course hold these values, and they will have those values, and they are assigned to them. So this is with respect to the tuple. The next data type we have seen in float and string, which is normally normal, but the more important thing is the string tuple you have seen. And next important data type, which is nothing but the list basically. The list is nothing but the order sequence of values. Nothing but the order sequence of values, and they are wrote in a comma separated kind of thing. Which is order sequence of things. So if you wanted to do that, so how to declare a list? So how to declare a list basically? So for example, if I say a is equal to in a square bracket, tuple required a round bracket, and the list required the square bracket. I can write 1, 2, 3, 4. I wrote this. I can write a comma separated kind of thing, and this has been executed. If I write one more, so if I hit A, it will print A, and the whatever the value hold by the A, that will be displayed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has been held by this. And if I wanted to see the type of A, it will give the type of A as a list. So we can say that the type of the list is A. Now what we can do, we can similarly, like a tuple and the string, we can measure the length of A. We can have the length of A. We can do that. So length of A will be 5 over here. So I can have that thing. Can I do the slicing operation? Yes, I can do the slicing operation. So if I A of 0, if I want to do indexing kind of thing, I can do A of 0. It will print 1. If I want to do the slicing operation, A of 2, 3, A of 3. If I want to do that, so it will give me up to the location 3. So 1, 2, 3 will be done. So slicing is also allowed. So indexing is allowed in a list, and the slicing is allowed. Slicing is also allowed. Now, can I do the concatenation with respect to the list? Yes, I can do that. So for example, if I say 0 plus A, if I do that, what it will do? It will concatenate 0 into the A, and it has shifted the whole list. 0 is added to the 0th location over here, and it has been shifted. If I say over here Sandeep, if I write a string, and if I concatenate that thing, if I wanted to concatenate that thing, I can do that thing also. But this result is not saved over here because we are not assigned this result anywhere. We are not assigned anywhere. So it is there. It is there only. It is just operation has been happened, but still A will the value with respect to A is not changed. If you want to see A, you can see A is not changed because the operation has been done, but we are not saved with respect to anything. So if you wanted to do the concatenation kind of thing, we can do the concatenation operation with respect to the list. The another operation which we can do with respect to the list is this: A into 3. Just see what is the output of this. What will do? It will replicate the list 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was the element inside the A. Now they have that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is got replicated basically. It got replicated, and we able to see that. So this is the another thing which we can do, that repetition operation. Basically, this is called as a repetition. Basically, we can do the repetition kind of thing, and we can able to extract able to increase the length of the A. Again, A has not changed because we are not assigned A this operation value to anything. So there is no change in A. Only the operation has been happen, and the result is able to see. Similar to the tuple, we can do the unpacking kind of thing. So we have the 5 variables, 5 values inside the A. So I can say X, comma Y, comma Z, comma U, comma V is equal to A. If I do that, if I execute that unpacking kind of stuff, so it has happened. Now if I execute V, it will hold 5. So I can unpack the things. Basically. I can unpack the thing. So V is equal to 5. Then if I change, for example, if I have Z over here, If I Z over here, so I can have a 3 over here. I can have 3 over here. Now, assume that we have this A. Now, what are the other operations we can perform on this? A dot append. Append is another operation. A dot append is another operation which will append the element in a string, in a list. So we already have A, and for example, if I wanted to append 6, now, for example, if I wanted to append 100, if I execute this, I'll get that thing. And if I print A, I'll get the output. Now this it has saved, changes are saved inside A. If you see, A has changed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 100. What is appending has done? It has appended the 100 at the end of the list. At the end of this list, it has been got appended. So we able to see the changes, and the changes are updated. The changes are updated in a list. Though we are not assigned anything, but because of this operation, the changes are updated in a list. That is the takeaway point from this operation. Then can I have one more thing over there? What I have a course. We already defined a course earlier. So course has this value. Python Sandeep and 101 is the value. So can I append? Can I append course? I can append the course inside this. So I will first of all execute this a dot append course. Executed successfully, and I got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, and this tuple is also extended. So the list can have the different variations. This is a heterogeneous kind of thing can be saved. Integer, float, string, tuple can be saved. A list also can be saved. So if you want to for example, if I take sequence SQ is equal to another sequence, I will take A, or will take A, then B, comma B. This is the another sequence which we have this sequence. We have this sequence, and now if I wanted to do that A dot extend SQ, what it will do? It will extend that thing. And if I print A, I'll get this. It will extend A and B, the sequence, not a single element. Any question? We can add, similarly append will add this 100 at the end, and the extend will extend the sequence. We can extend the sequence basically straight away. What are the sequence inside this what are already declared the list. So that will help us to do that. Another operation which we can do along with the extend and append, that is called as insertion. A dot insert. For example, if I wanted to insert something at particular location, so I wanted to insert a value at so any value if I wanted to insert. So if I say insert at location 0, Sandeep, or we can say FDP. So I wanted to insert this thing. That's executed, and you can do that. FDP is added to the 0th location. So you can insert will help us to insert at any particular location inside the list. So inserted at that 0th location FDP, so it has been added. So the list has got modified. Then there is another operation which we can do. These are all are inserting the elements or the values inside the list. Now, if I wanted to eliminate something. So, for example, if I say a dot remove 1, what it will do? It has removed, and you see the output with respect to that. So 1 has been removed. From the list. Now, if I wanted to do a dot pop, a dot pop doesn't require any variable as the input. So if I do that a dot pop executed, the pop will pop the B. What is happened over here? And we'll see the output of B, A also. A has changed. They don't have B, and B, whatever the topmost, it will pop the element from the back. It will delete the element from the list from the back, and it will show that. It will show over here. Now, if I want the information with respect to the particular variable. So for example, a dot index, and for example, I wanted to know the location of variable a inside the or not variable a. If I will take 100, will take 100. I wanted to know the index value of 100. A dot index 100. I have passed that 100, and if it is there, it will surely show that fifth location 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and fifth location. Now suppose 1000 is passed, and if I wanted to find out, it will show the error that 1000 is not in a list. 1000 is not in a list. That is another important thing which we need to be taken into the consideration. Now, assume that we'll declare a is equal to we'll declare list 25, then 10, 13, okay, then 10, then 100, and then 50. This is one more time we have declared a. We initialize a with this value now. We try to do some another operation. Now, if this is the a, my right now a is this. A will have this value. Now, if I do a dot sort, what it will do? It will sort the element. Whatever the elements are there, it will sort that thing. And I will have a is as this. A initially was this, but sorting operation I applied on that, and I got this. The sorted array, a sorted kind of thing. Now, if I do this, a dot reverse. So, for example, a dot reverse. What will it will do? It will reverse the things basically. Oh, spelling is wrong. It will reverse the things. And if I run this again, I will have this a, and the things are reversed. So these are another beauty of this list that we can do. Sorting operation as well as reversing operation. The most important part from the programming point of view, when you write a big program, the list plays a very crucial role. And last of time the people made a one place mistake. There's a one common mistake always the people do. That we'll try to see that example. Now we have a got this 100, 50, 25, 13, and 10. Now I said that b is equal to a. If I do that, what will happen? Whatever the value is a is having, now the b will have. Those values. And now b will have those values whatever a have. I hope everyone is agree with this statement. Now b is also having same thing. Now what I'm doing, I said initially the string and the tuple are immutable. You cannot change the value present inside that. But in a list we can do that. So now what I will do, b of 0, index value 0. And yeah, anyone has any question?
अरे कोई कॉलेज मीटिंग चल रही है ना, कौन सी?
Dr.Sandeep, you have any question? Dr.Sandeep. Dr.Sandeep. Okay. So b is equal to, if I write b of 0 is equal to 200, and if I execute this, it will allow me to change the value. It will allow me to change the value of list b, and therefore the string and the tuples are immutable, but the list is immutable. You can change the value present inside b. Therefore, I have b of B initially has 100, B of 0 I change it to 200, and I can make the changes. I can see that changes. But most important statement I made, the people do the mistake in a programming. What is the mistake? What is the mistake? I made the changes in a B. B of 0. B was 100, 50, 25, 13, and 10. And B of 0 has, B of location 0 has changed to 200, and I got this. But the mistake which is maximum people do, that there is a change happened in an A also. If you see A has changed. I have not done anything with A, but the A has changed. And this has happened because B is equal to A. Because of this statement. B has a skew. So if you try to imagine what is happening inside, if you try to imagine, for example, this is this. Okay, I will take. Okay, this is the array. Okay, I will do make this. Wait. Take one more. So this is something 100, and there's some value 100, 50, and so on and so forth. What is happening over here? What is happening over here inside in a memory? Inside in a memory, that what is happening? We have this A, and A is pointing. A is pointing to this fellow, this array, or this list 100, 50, 25, 13, and 10. And when I executed B is equal to A, what is happening? I'm asking the B also to look towards the same thing. Look towards the same thing. And therefore, whenever I made changes in a B, so automatically the changes are reflected in A. And this is the big mistake. The people doesn't understand what happened when they wrote a big program and they don't get an expected output. This is the major issue, that the list is mutable, and because of B is equal to A assignment, the things which are got changed, they automatically get changed. Now I will show you more interesting kind of stuff. Now what I will do, I will say C is equal to B. Same thing is going to happen. C is equal to B, and then I say C of 0. I will say C of 0. C of 0 is equal to 1000. Okay, first of all, we'll see what is C is equal to B, and then C. C is equal to B is assigned, and C is this 250, 13, and 10. And now what I will do, C of 0 is equal to 1000. Is equal to 1000. Now if I print A, I'll print A, print B, print C. Just see, changes are happened at every place, each and everything, and this is something kind of nested, or you can say because this is pointing the whenever I say C is equal to B, C is equal to B, the C is also started to pointing to the same location, and whenever the changes are happening, the changes are seen by all the variables. That is one of the dangerous thing in when do the programming. And that is why maximum people face the problem while doing the programming, and when they write a big program and they could not able to understand why the output is not coming, because of this is one of the reason that one place change has reflected in all places, and that is the care need to be taken when we do when we use the list. Basically, when you write a big program, we need to take care of this kind of a stuff, basically, that okay, these are the things occurs in a list, and we need to take care of that thing. Can we change the items types, basically? Can we change the types, basically? So for example, if I say A is equal to Sandeep, we know that the type of A is a string. We know that. So if I print A, and the type of A is this. If I print this, I'll get this. I will get this Sandeep. A is Sandeep, and the type of string A is string, basically. Type of A is string. Now if I do in this way, if I do in this way, I will make this now. Okay, I will do this. A is equal to list of A. A is equal to list of A. What I'm doing, I'm typecasting the string to the list. I'm typecasting the string to the list, and I'm storing that to the variable A. So we'll see what is happening. See, the type is list now. and A is become, each and every element has broken S, A, N, D, E, E, P as a single element inside the list, and the type is list. The type is list basically. The type is list. So I can convert the, so we know that the string is immutable. So if I wanted to change the element, so if I wanted to change the element of a string, what I have to do, I have to convert first of all to the list, and then make a changes in a list. So A of 0, if a of 0 is equal to, I can write suppose M. I can write A of 0 is M, and then what I will do, I can typecast again. So A is equal to str of A, and then we will see whether this works or not. A and type of A. Type of A. Okay. So it has changed, but it not become string. Not become string. We need to do the join operation on that. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, this has type has changed, but we doesn't got that the expected kind of an operation. So we have to do the join operation. Join operation. So join operation will give me the original string basically. So Mandeep. So what is happened? We have A, Sandeep. We converted to the list. Then we got this Sandeep in this list format, and we got the type of A. What I did, A of 0 is M, and then I wanted back a string. Basically, I wanted back a string. What I did, I have this join operation. Join will joins the list, and on what join? I have given nothing. Nothing. So I have kept it blank. So because of the blank, all the variables are concatenated, or all the variables are joined, and I got this Mandeep. So if you are working on a string, we have to typecast that thing, and then you have to do the same with the tuple also. We can do the conversion, and then we have to do the operations, basically join operation and other operation, and then you can typecast it and you can work on that. That is the takeaway point from this. The join operation will help us to join the join the element which is present inside the list. And to do joining, we need to pass the value on what basis we have to join. When we over here I have passed the nothing, so it has connected everything. Sometimes if you want basis on the spaces or the special symbol, you can do that also. You can do that by passing the value. And join operation will join all the elements present inside the list, and we can get a string basically. We can get a string. So next topic which we like to discuss basically is the set. The another thing which important part in the linked in the Python basically is the set. The set's an unordered collection basically with no duplicates. So it don't have the duplicate basically. So that is the set. So for example, if I say A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. A is equal to this, and if I have this, A is equal to A into 2. This is the list. And I am duplicating that thing. So we know that we just seen that. So A will have the double kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if I write B is equal to set of A. And if I print over here only, I will print. Okay, now I will print over here. Print B. What has happened? It has eliminated all the duplicate entries from A. It had declared set A, but it has eliminated all the duplicate entries from A, and it has a curly bracket. Tuple has a round bracket. The set has a curly bracket. Try to note that thing. And whenever from the any item, whenever you want a unique kind of thing, the set is very useful. We can extract the things from the set. Now another thing which we
Sir, sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, sir. Because next session is in 3 o'clock, and people are asking about.
Okay, sorry, ma'am. Sorry, I will stop. I forgot the time. I have not seen the time. Okay, sorry. Thank you. Last few things I like to share. because I'm not going to come back. This is my last session. So I have few seconds, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have 5 minutes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the one material which I wanted to share. People can download it from the internet. I forgot to inform that at initial time. This is the book basically. Practical Programming, Introduction to Computer Science using Python. This book is available freely on the internet. You can type it and you can download as a PDF. A very interesting book. I'm referring this book, and one of my student did his MS in Toronto University. His supervisor has wrote and he has recommended that book. So I will recommend same thing. Those who those who miss this session also, they can go to this book. Same thing which I taught, the same thing are available in this book. And in a more detailed way you want, you can study this book. It's a very nice book. So, and if you read this book with a practical perception, in 8 days, if you complete this book in 8 days maximum, if each chapter each day, you can complete this book in 8 days, and you can become a master in a Python. You can definitely become a good Python programmer from the developer point of view also. So this is one of the recommendation which I wanted to give. So you can refer this Practical Programming second edition, or it might be new edition came. I don't know, but this is I'm referring from last 10 years. So this is one thing I wanted to share. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, can you share the link of this book?
It is available on a Google Book, madam. You can directly download.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir.
Otherwise,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
I will mail you. I will mail you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I would like to thank the Dr. Sandeep, Dr. Udmale
Thank
for
you
such
very
an
much, sir.
informative
Thank you very
session.
much.
It was a great start to the faculty development program.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.